in today's video I'm going to show you how you can layer blush. And if you don't know me yet, my name is Melissa van Dijk and I'm a makeup artist. And in today's video I'm going to share a technique with you guys on how you can make your blush long lasting. Because sometimes, depending also on the blush you are having, it can fade away pretty quick and then it will look like you're not wearing any blush at all. Especially if blush is the makeup product that you're always wearing. You're nearly wearing no eye makeup or no lipstick, but blush is a must, and you also want to make sure that it stays put. So I broke it down into steps for you guys as well so that you can follow it and also use the steps for your own makeup routine. And now for the tools, I'm going to show you what I'm going to use for today's video. So first, when it comes to the blush, to make it long lasting, it's important that you're starting off with a cream blush at first, which can be in the shade that you prefer. It can also be a very natural shade. And if you're not sure what shade you should get, then you can also pinch your cheeks just slightly, don't hurt yourself, so that you will see your natural blush color. And depending on what tone this will turn, if it's a little bit more reddish, pinkish, or towards the purplish, then you can also pick the blush, which makes it look also more natural. And then for the second blush, we're also going to use a powder blush. I'm going to use this one right here. Now when it comes to the tools, you can use either your fingers to apply the cream blush, or you can also use a makeup sponge, which is damp. And then later on for the powder blush, you're going to use a blush brush. So now that I've mentioned everything, we can start with this first step. Now for step number one, I would say we need to pick a shade at first before we can move on. So for the choice of what shade you should go for, I would say you either can go very natural, as I already mentioned, by pinching your cheeks so that you are very close to your natural tone. Or you can also go with the shade that you prefer, that you also like on yourself, because you need to feel comfortable at the end of the day because you're wearing the makeup. So what I also would recommend is when you're picking a cream blush and also a powder blush, then make sure that you're also happy with the finish. So with the cream blush, this is the blush that I'm going for, and also the shade, and it's also a matte shade. Now when it comes to the powder, you can layer it on top with either a matte powder or with a shimmery one. And so I'm going to use this one right here, which has also a golden shimmer in it. But this is something that's totally your preference. If you want to keep it matte, go matte. If you want to add some shimmer to it, then go with shimmer. As with layering the blush, it's not about what finish you want to get, it's more about a long lasting, like making it not fade away during the whole day so that you still will have a beautiful full blush at the end of the day. Now this is very important. Once you know your shade, we can also move on to the next step. Now by applying the cream blush at first, it's important that you haven't powdered your face yet, because it's always important that you're keeping cream and liquid to liquid and then powder on powder, so that you're making sure everything is nicely set and it won't give you any strange patches. Now with the cream blush, I'm going to use the damp sponge, but you also can use your fingers as well. It's totally up to you what you personally prefer. I like to take the sponge as well, and I'm going to use the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swirl it around, get it on the sponge, and then I'm going to apply it on my cheeks. So what you can do for application is you can smile, focus on the apple of your cheeks, and then once you want to go blending it, then you can go towards the hairline and also a little bit towards the contouring part right here. Not too far, it's just that you're going to blend away any edges. So I'm going to smile and I'm going to stamp it on top. And if you feel like you want to get a little bit more, then you can do so. And then you can basically take any edge of the sponge to just blend it away towards the hairline, and so make sure that you're avoiding any edges so that it will look nice and natural. Now on the other side the same, going to focus on the apples of my cheeks and then blending it towards the hairline. Now once this is done, we can move on to the last step. Now as we just used some cream blush, we also want to make sure that if we are now going to put some powder blush on top, it also sets it nicely. So it's similar to if you're using a foundation and then you're using powder on top to set the foundation. This is basically what we're doing with the blush as well. So the blush, the cream blush, is like the foundation, and then you're going over with some powder blush to set it. And this makes it long lasting, just as powder does it with the foundation. So I'm going to use the powder blush that I've just showed you, this one. And I'm also going to use a blush brush, which I'm just going to dig into. And then I'm just going to layer it on top, very light-handed, so that it will stick to the cream blush, but still will look very nicely and blended, but it makes it long-lasting. So what I'm going to do the same as I just did with the cream blush. I'm smiling, keeping the focus on the apples of my cheeks, and I'm blending it towards the hairline. And it also will add some glow on it as well. But this is just something that's your preference, you don't have to. Like so. Now those were the 3 simple steps on how you can layer blush and make it long lasting. So basically all what you need is 1 cream blush and 1 powder blush. And once you combine them, this is how you get the long lasting effect out of it. If you want to play around with any shades, just go for it. You don't have to use the same shades as I just used, and you can also keep it matte as well, as I already mentioned. Now I hope that you liked this tutorial. If you did so, please don't forget to give me a like as well. And if you haven't subscribed already to my channel, then please also click the subscribe button down below. Thank you so much. And if you still have any questions, suggestions, or you want to share your experience, then you can also let me know down below in the comment section, as I always wanted to hear from you guys as well. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I also will see you soon in the next one. Bye!